Picture of something that you ate. Okay, so I just took a picture of my husband's eggs. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Pixlr again. So you're going to go to your photo apps, okay, and you're going to open up Pixlr. You're going to hit photos, and then we are going to, I'm going to go to recents, and I'm going to go ahead and open up this photo. Okay, now I'm going to hit the little star for effects. Now my first effect that I'm going to put on here, I'm going to use the Sarah. Okay, so it just gives it a little bit of a pop of color. Okay, but in order to look vintage and in order to look like William Eggleston's work, we are going to slide over. So atomic is too crazy, no creative, no soft. You can play with subtle if you wanted to. So let's say I can choose the Ian. That looks, you know, like a nod to our older films, okay? So you can kind of play around with these, or I'm actually going to head on over to vintage, okay? So I can click on this first one and then just scroll through and see which one I like the most. Now remember, we want this to look like 70s film, okay? So it's gonna look a little bit older, and that's too bright. You can just kind of scroll through and say if I like sun, okay, you could also turn down the strength of it. I like it at 100%. So what I'm now gonna do is I'm gonna hit the star again, and now I'm gonna go to overlay. Now overlay has a lot of really, really cool things you can put on top of the photo. All these things with little crowns you have to pay for, so just ignore those. But say if I were to hit burn, this looks super cool. Okay, so I could actually tone it down so it's not so strong. Okay, I really like that because that definitely looks something like what you would see with film, with William Eggleston's work. You could also make it look like it's got some scratches and dust on it. So if I hit morning, do you see how it kind of has that fun effect on top? We also have scratches. So this looks like old film that somebody found in a drawer, so that would totally work. You could also use vignette because that looks awesome. You can strengthen this if you want. You could also do worn. You can put it at 100% or lower. I think I like, when I'm doing this, I like the morning one. I think that looks very much like William Eggleston's work. Okay, so you can put it at 100%, but then remember, it's a little bit too much. It's like a girl wearing too much makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit check mark, and then I'm gonna hit done. Then I'm gonna hit save. And we now have a saved image inside my photo. So it went from this to this. Okay, I also did that one earlier and did this one with the burn. So that one looks pretty cool too. Okay, so that is our example of 1970s photography.